think I was actually going to do something different this morning as far as an episode. And then I watched a video by Trent Horn on the idea of zoophilia, which is apparently the next new shiny thing coming down the pike with regards to sexuality. And then it kind of turned my thoughts towards another episode I had planned on the idea of sexuality. So, first of all, religious beliefs aside, we'll try to take an academic look at this. And I'll try to make it as comprehensive as I can with regards to my thoughts on this subject, because I don't know if I really want to do another episode on this. So, I tend to think I have a bit of an unconventional way of looking at sexuality. I would tend to view it more in terms of existential fulfillment rather than orientation. So, what I think people are looking for beyond the euphoric sensation is that they want to feel a certain way or they want to perceive themselves a certain way. I think that's generally what people are chasing in their relationships and romances and encounters, right? So describing this from a heteronormative point of view, being in love with a woman, it makes you feel like a knight in shining armor. I can only presume, I've never been a knight in shining armor, but that's what it feels like it makes you feel like. It's invigorating, it's aspirational, and it makes me feel like more of who I want to be as a man. And as much as maybe I make fun of people who get all hormonal or are constantly falling in love and stuff like that, I do think this is a worthwhile endeavor, and it's something that should be striven for in life. But to my mind, it's reasonable to assume that different types of sexual encounters will have different types of existential framing. They'll make you feel a certain way, or they make you perceive yourself a certain way, and not all of those are good. So take the idea of coerced sex, right? As far as the tangibles are concerned, as far as what's like actually physically happening, it's not that different from consensual relations, right? That's not why we largely consider it to be bad, though. It's not the tangibles. It's the way it makes that person feel. It is the existential framing, the way it makes that person perceive themselves that makes us rightly consider this to be such an awful, terrible thing to do to someone, right? Take S&M type of encounter, right? The stereotypical dynamic there is domineering manipulator and malleable submissive. Are either of those actually aspirational? I would tend not to think. Like, who aspires to be a domineering manipulator? I mean, beyond some sort of psychopath. As an adult, you shouldn't aspire to be some sort of malleable submissive. So, in my mind, there is a far cry between tolerating something and respecting something. Right? To tolerate something, it just has to be marginally harmless. Right? And as far as sexuality goes, it is generally harmless. At least on a societal level, it's harmless. I mean, it's two people having sex with each other. Right? It's not really a matter of public safety. But to respect something, it has to be good and or useful to be respected. And with regards to that, it feels like a huge swath of the sexual practices people get involved in these days shoot so far wide of the mark. Right? They are not good, they are not useful, they are not respectable. And you might be saying, oh, you're being so mean. Why are you being so mean to people about how they love each other and how they express that love? Is it not far more cruel to pretend that these people are doing some sort of societal good and to aid them in their delusion? To get them to act as though they have carte blanche to behave in ways they really don't? Here's the deal. Society at large does not need these practices to exist. So if society decides we don't like this practice, we think this practice is harmful, it's gone. So it feels like, from a deviant standpoint, the best thing you could do is to keep your head down and be as inoffensive as possible. And if anyone disagrees with me on this, feel free to clap back. If you can name a single societal or indeed personal good that comes as a direct result of sexual deviancy, I would love to hear about it. Anyways, thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe, and leave a comment if you like.